we're going to have a little look at Flipgrid and how to create a grid and topic. So once you've logged into Hub, there are two places where you'll find Flipgrid. At menu, there's Flipgrid here, or if I scroll down the page, you'll find it here. So if I click on Flipgrid, it will take me to my grids area. Now my grids area are where you'll find the classrooms that you've created, these grids, or learning communities. So if you're working with a set of practitioners or colleagues, you might want to make a learning community. If it was with your pupils, the grid is a classroom. At the top, we've got different tabs. So my activity is all the things I've been doing, what grids I've been creating, what videos I've looked at. Mixtapes. So this allows you to put some videos together that your students have done so that you can showcase their work. Hashtag Grid Pals. So this allows you to connect with fellow Flipgrid educators from around the world. It's hidden by default, but if you make it active, then you are seen by the other educators. You can search by grade subject to try and find people to connect with. Disco Library. This is an area where there are lots of topics that have been created by the Flipgrid community. You could look at them and use them to start your discussions off with your pupils. And Shorts allows you to use the camera to create very short videos that you can share with anybody. Okay, we're going to go back to my grids. So we're going to create a learning community grid to start with, okay? So if I go to add new grid, the first thing I need to do is name it. So I'm going to call it learning. And you've got to select a grid type. So if you were working with pupils, it would be school email, and that would then be set to Hub. But we're going to create an educator learning community one. So I would do that if you want one for yourself, so you can put videos there that you've created, or if you're going to share it across maybe the team or maybe with a set of practitioners that you're going to be working with. Here then creates a code for me. So if I share that code with anybody, then they have access to that grid. I'm now going to click next. So for added security, if you so wish, you could set a password. So not only do they need the Flipgrid code that you've just given them, they would need the password to be able to get into the grid. Okay, so my grid now is ready. I can copy that and send it to people. I could embed the code somewhere. I could share it straight to a specific team on Microsoft. I could share that specifically to a Google Classroom. But I'm going to go straight to grids now. So here's my grid. So here I can now look at that shared information again, find it and send that to people. But if I click on actions, I've got a list of things I could do. So I could add a co-pilot, so other teachers could be in charge of this. So that's very handy with pupils because then there's more than one of you in the classroom or in the grid. I could duplicate the grid. I could set my grid notifications, I could integrate it in Teams, export any data that I've got, or delete the grid. But I'm going to edit the grid so I can actually decide what's allowed on this in this classroom. So we've already done this part earlier by setting up the grid. So the grid details and the code and the type and whether we've got a password or not. So I could change this at any time, so I can come back and change it. Features, I can make this active, or I could actually hide it from my students. So if I want to hide it first whilst I'm setting it up, I could. Download and share, so students can, when they've done their videos, they can actually share them or download them if that is set to green. Captions, if I put that on, then I can set the language I would like the captions in. Notifications, I can decide whether I want it daily, which is the default, or I can change it to weekly or every video that comes up or never. Grid followers, this allows students to have email notifications whenever you've created a new topic or any new videos have been recorded. At the bottom, we've got a personalised part. So I could drop a picture here that I've already got of my classroom maybe, or of my school. If not, there's lots and lots of pictures down here that have been done for us already on nature, people and textures. So I'll pick that books one and update. So there we are, there's my grid all done, all ready to go. Now, for us to do any work, we now need to have a topic. By default, they always give you a say hello to Flipgrid topic, but we're going to create a new one. So I'm just going to add new topic. So again, now we need a title. So if I do all about you, whenever you do anything, if this is with practitioners or with colleagues, you still have to do a prompt. So maybe that could be just a statement about what this video task is as such, okay? So can self, okay? So can you tell me all about yourself, okay? So they know what their task is. So this would be what they've got to do their video on. And recording time, you can decide how long you want the videos to be recorded for. So from 15 seconds all the way to 10. For our professional learner, I would set it to 10 to make sure you have got enough time. Here, with the children, you might want to put the video moderation on, so that makes sure that you moderate them before anybody else sees the videos. And optional, you could add some more things to your task. So rather than just the writing that you've given them above on the prompt, you could record the video and tell them what to do. You could add an Adobe Spark document to go alongside it. I'm not going to on this occasion, and I'm just going to create topic. So now my topic is ready. I could copy that and send that to my students. I could share a QR code. And again, like I could earlier with the grid, I could share it straight to Teams. I could share this straight to Google Classroom. All set? So now this is my topic. This is what the pupils would see. They'd have what their topic is called, and can you tell me all about yourself? So that was the prompt and anything else you've added. And now they can, if I scroll down, record their response to the discussion that you've given them.